Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Awesome. My name is Chef Katrina, and I'm the Director of Client Experience for Elite Marketing Pro. I'm also a mentor, speaker, and team building specialist. So super excited to be here on the Daily Dose of Awesome with you guys. This is going to be a conversation really about blogging and the idea of when should you start blogging and what should you be blogging about, is specifically geared towards those that are in the network marketing industry. Back when I got started, just wanted to first check in. Can you guys all hear me? Just give me a quick shout out. Yes, if you can. I see Hillary has joined us. Hello, Hillary. So I just want to make sure I'm checking in with you guys, discovering if you guys can hear me or not. Just say yes if you can. And then we're going to dive right into the world of a network marketer's first journey into the world of blogging, because this is a really unique place for many of you to be. It is also one of the areas that we cover quite a bit, but don't always touch upon. And I really want to get crystal clear. So any engagement conversations that we have around this are definitely going to be a lot of fun. So let's talk about your world as a network marketer. How many here, and I'm just curious to find out, how many here are in your first year of network marketing? If so, just put the number 1 down below. I just want to see one, if this is your first year inside the world of network marketing. Kind of just get an idea of where everybody's at in here. And if this is your 2nd to 5th year, go ahead and just mark how many years you've been in network marketing. Just want to see and kind of get a feel for where you guys are at inside of your network marketing business and what's going on around that one. So I'm going to wait just a second for you guys to give some conversation around that one. Or better yet, I may have to go over to my other mobile device where this may not be showing me all the conversations you guys are having with me. So let me double check on that real quick. Because I'm guessing many of you guys are first year, possibly 2nd year in the world of network marketing, maybe seeing this for the first time. So let's see if I can pull that up. Ooh, let's see if I can find you guys on here. Making sure my connection's coming in good too. All right, so let's just dive into this because I am not pulling up and my internet just seems to be a little slow over here. So I'm going to guess if many of you guys are first year, 2nd year, possibly many of you 3rd year. But for a majority of you, I'm guessing first year is still the big number for a lot of us. And if you guys did put first year, I'm guessing, because I can't see the conversation around this one just yet, but I'm guessing there's quite a few of you guys that are still in your first year of your network marketing business. And this is the ideal place to be, especially if you're coming online, right? Because this is a place for you to kind of see where you're at, start creating some expectations realistically of where you're at and what's going on in your business. So taking a look at that overall conversation, the first year of anything you're doing should probably be the most documented time in your journey. I think that's one of the reasons I'm a big fan of blogging in the very beginning. So a lot of 3 years. Okay, so Hillary's helping me out in the background. So a lot of 3 years. So the journey of being a network marketer definitely is not an easy one. And for those that you've got, Gloria definitely has been around for a while. We've had that conversation just recently. For many of us, though, the 3-year mark is probably where we start getting the frustration. I think that's like the 2nd year mark is where I saw a lot of my frustration in network marketing, what wasn't working, what was working. Industry standard says that most people don't last beyond the first 90 days inside of their network marketing company. And that's a scary statistic, actually, if you think about it. I'm like, oof, not even 90 days into something. Like, I couldn't even start building a house and not have it completed in 90. Well, some people can have it complete in 90 days. But ideally that's not where I want to be on that one. So what we're looking at is that it's the documenting the journey. And I think this is one of the biggest things, especially if you're coming online inside of Elite Marketing Pro. If you're wanting to teach people the skill set of what you're learning, one of the best things you can be doing is documenting what you're going through. I want the highs and the lows. A lot of times people get online and we're all so focused on the leads, the sales, the wins. We're always looking at talking about everything that has worked, when the reality is that what's worked typically is the smallest percentage of what hasn't worked, right? And I'm guessing many of you guys can agree with that. Like, you've probably had more things that you've done that haven't worked. So one thing that hasn't worked for me was sticking my business card into books at Barnes & Noble. That definitely did not work for me at all. I don't think I got a single lead out of that one. Doing sizzle cards, dropping them on people's cards in the parking lot. That did not work for me. I tried that, did not work. Cold calling people, like somebody said, open up the phone book and just start calling people. Yeah, that didn't go so well for me. So definitely some things that did not go well for me. But I think that's part of the critical expectation of being an online marketer, especially if you're building your network marketing business, is to be really realistic with people, right? We always feel like we can't recruit people into our business unless we're at the top level of our success. When the reality is the top level of success isn't where you build your business. The level of success in building your business actually begins exactly where you're at, right? So my recommendation to you is really to look at what's going on in your world. And I think that for me is why blogging is so important. And this is the documentation. This is actually the journaling of what is going on in your world, right? So one of the things that really worked for me in the beginning was doing like reviews around products or services that I was starting to use, especially online, right? Because many of you guys know there's a lot of resources out there. There's a lot of different programs, companies, books, trainings that you can purchase. And the reality is that what you're going through is really exclusive to you, right? And when you start documenting your journey, you're giving people an opportunity to connect with you. And there are more people looking to connect with somebody that's getting started and somebody that can help them, because really the very beginning, this first year of your online journey and building your network marketing business, this is the most critical time in your business. This is the only opportunity for really in your first year where you can do a lot of one-to-one contacts with your leads. Right? This is the first year. That first year it's a hustle year, guys. It really, truly is. Because this is the only time period where you really do want to be calling every single lead or emailing every single lead if you have only their email address, right? You want to be somehow connecting to them. You want to let them know how to follow you on different social media sites. So like if you're getting a lead that comes in, make sure you're referencing them back to connect with you on your Facebook account. Right? Because that's where you need them to be. That's where you're trying to direct your audience. That's where you're building your tribe. And the focus should be, I think this was brilliantly said by Hillary last night, is that your tribe is being built on one platform, right? Your whole focus between traffic, lead generation, engagement, everything takes place primarily on one platform. But it doesn't mean we neglect the other platforms. So what you're able to do is you're able to basically just share content onto the other platforms to build awareness that you're out there. But ideally, the most conversation, the most contact, the place where you're messaging people, the place where you're highly engaged with people really does become your number one platform. And there's multiple platforms out there that you guys can do this on. You can successfully do this on LinkedIn. You can successfully do this on Twitter. You can successfully do this on Instagram. You can successfully do this on Pinterest, on Facebook. And with that being said, what you really want to understand is that the journey does begin on one platform, really building that strong foundation, that strong trust, and then the ability for them to connect and see you, everyone else, just basically builds that trust factor that you're not just a one-man show. So the blog is really critical. All right. Blogging is, and I think in attraction marketing formula, we cover this really well. It's very in depth. I think it's brilliant. And even inside of Social Media Recruiter, Julie Berg touches upon how important it is to have that conversational piece, to have a place where the longevity of your client lasts longer than a day. I think that's one of my big passions around the blog. And when I say you guys should journal and document your first year, what worked, what didn't work, what you recommend. Make all the mistakes, because this is going to be your first year of mistakes, right? Do everything you can possibly to make your mistakes in your first year, because you'll grow and learn faster than any other time period. So your blog, right? Content around your blog can be pretty basic. I know I've done training on how do you open an AWeber account. For many of you that are on here that are in our tribe for the Elite Marketing Pro, that's an email autoresponder program that basically, as a network marketer, we're always told the gold is in the follow-up or the money's in the follow-up. Well, one of the automation tools that we use and that we teach on in the world of internet marketing is email marketing, right? Because it's the easiest and fastest form of contact with somebody is really to do it through an email. So with that being said, what we like to do is to teach people how to use an email marketing service. So I would go through and I'd just be like, hey, this is how you set up an account, and I'd walk people through that. And that was my blog post. Once I learned different nooks and crannies, I'm a tech junkie, right? So that became my forte, was learning like the technical side and being able to break it down in layman's terms and really walk people through the training of what seemed very complex and overwhelming. Another thing you guys can do is, as a network marketer, when you first get involved in a marketing system such as Elite Marketing Pro, and again, Attraction Marketing Formula covers this beautifully inside of their chapters that they go through. They talk about building this element of it, this blog part of it. This is where longevity wise, it makes sense. You can build out a piece of content today, right? You can put up a piece of content today, and you can actually have it where it's searched, found, and it still generates leads for you years from now. I know many of those that have started building their blogs early on, they've been able to build out a piece of content. It's usually about 7 to 10 pieces of content on a blog. You could have hundreds of blog posts, but usually around 7 to 10. 10% of your blog is actually going to be the top performers. It could be less than that are actually going to be your lead generation tools. It's going to be where you're actually getting your leads from, those that are making sales, that kind of stuff. Those are the foundational content pieces on your blog, right? And that really kind of helps develop your brand over time. So doing reviews on products that you like, doing reviews on books that you're reading, because as you guys know, network marketers, one of the big things we absolutely talk about is self-development, right? Self-development through education, through training. So I know Russell Bronson just came out with a book that I know Fernie talked about last week that you guys should absolutely get your hands on for that one. We also talked about, a lot of self-development books that are out there, everything from Zig Ziglar to the 4-hour work week to so many other amazing trainings, Go Pro, all those different books out there. If you guys are reading them and investing in yourself, share that knowledge. One thing I got accused of, or actually I recognized yesterday, is I've read hundreds, if not thousands of books. And I assume, which is the dumbest thing I can do, that you guys have all read it, that you guys are all exactly where I'm at in my education. And that's the misnomer, right? We think that because of our community, for many of you guys that are in this community of Elite Marketing Pro, we assume that everybody already knows what we do because the community is so tight, right? The community is so empowered around teaching, education, and mentorship that we assume that this knowledge has gone out to so many people out there. But the reality is that your knowledge that you guys have, what we're teaching you inside of Elite Marketing Pro, inside of Attraction Marketing Formula, as a network marketer to build your business, is a fraction of the people that are actually in the industry. I'm talking there are probably, I know there's probably tens of thousands of network marketing companies all over the world, right? And if we have 8 billion people on the planet and probably, a couple million people or, 100 million people that are in network marketing, that's still a small fraction of people that are in the business. And of those 100 million people, and I'm just throwing out a number, so don't quote me on this because I'm probably totally wrong. But of that number, you guys have to realize that if there's only 500 of us that are actually teaching and training the world of correctly marketing as a network marketer, you're an elite, right? You actually have such a wider audience base than the 5, Facebook interests that we could be telling you to target, right? It goes actually beyond that, reach around that. So when you create your blog content, when you start resharing the knowledge that you have, you become a vessel that people are starting to trust you, starting to like you, starting to build a relationship with you, and they're building it with you. You are their leader. You are their mentor. You are becoming their guru. So blogging for me is a critical element because it leaves a lasting impression on a platform that can be Googled, right? That can be searched. And my last point around this, and the reason I say blogging is such a key element, is that there's truly only 2 reasons people go on the internet. Only 2. They both start with an E. And the reasons are either entertainment. I find Facebook to be entertainment. I find social media in general to be entertainment. We come on here for movies. We come on here to either lighten our day. We come on here to be entertained in some form or fashion. That's why Facebook Lives do so extraordinarily well, because we get to meet people. It's entertainment, right? This second piece, the other E, is education. Typically, we'll only ever go on the internet is to find education. Either we're trying to book a flight, find information, reviews, get training, get help for building our network marketing business, right? It is the educational piece that we're after. We're information piece, right? So if we look realistically at what's going on the internet as a network marketer, you guys, we are coming on here as a network marketing industry for education. We're coming on here to also partly to be entertained, right? So if you keep that in mind, what I love about blogging is that blogging actually offers you the opportunity to become part of that educational platform of really the reason people go on the internet in the first place. So if you can focus on that, if you can stay involved in that respect, you guys are really going to have a tremendous impact on the network marketing industry. And as I said last week, you guys are truly the pioneers. For those that are watching this live, for those that are watching this as a replay, you studying and learning the attraction marketing formula, you're really truly becoming the forefront, the leaders, the pioneers of how to build a network marketing business in the 21st century, to build a network marketing business using the tools that we have available to us, such as social media and the internet. Those tools that weren't available in the old school, which, wasn't available back in the day, but you guys are taking a blend of old school, bringing it into the new world and still building relationships online. So that is my 15 minutes of education, inspiration, and motivation, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this daily dose of awesome. I hope you guys got value, education from this one. And remember, if this is your first time looking at this type of training, if you're a network marketer that's seriously been struggling in building your business, would like to learn how to take it online, increase your value, increase your worth, the best thing you can do is get your hands on the attraction marketing formula. There is a link possibly up above or down below. If not, go to elitemarketingpro.com/go. This book really is what it is to be building a business in the 21st century as a network marketer, blending the old and new school together so that you are first and foremost building a level of success and faster than's ever been achieved or possible in the past in the network marketing industry. So thank you guys for being a network marketer. Thank you for taking on your business. Thank you for taking on, that financial freedom element you're after. I thank you guys for joining me here today. With that, and I'm just going to tag out because I just saw the post from Jenny. Jenny says, my brain is full of knowledge. I'm slowly trying to get it out of my head and into content. You got to remember too that the only way to increase your value is to empty your cup. So Jenny, my request is that you get the knowledge out of your head so that you're open for the newer, better places that you need to be in growing your business. Because only through sharing of knowledge and content can you then prepare yourself to get more knowledge and grow greater and bigger in your business, because you have then empowered others to learn what you know. And when you share knowledge, you give the greatest gift in the world. With that, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for letting me take it over, Fernie. This has been a great fun and excitement. With that, I'm back to helping out with No Excuses. For those that haven't signed up yet, No Excuses is our live event where we are training the network marketing and direct sales industry on how to use these tools and techniques of the internet to effectively build your business faster than ever before. So if you are sitting on the fence and you haven't bought your ticket for No Excuses, my recommendation is get there anyway, anyhow, whatsoever, because it will ultimately change your business. With that, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you next week or inside the community. Bye.